corner. Okay, well, I feel that way too. Why is it that when I'm on defense though, it feels like, oh my God, like what the fuck is this guy gonna do on offense?
Hitting buttons and like taking advantage of your knockdowns, like it's risky for the opponent, right?
Right. I should have the advantage if I hit you.
Yeah, if I hit you, like it's my fucking turn. I gotta dictate the pace. So I'm down 3 bars from this, and I gain nothing from it. I'd rather perfect parry, man, because if I guess wrong, I'll lose 1 bar instead of 3. And if I land my perfect parry, Christ, dude, she is insane. Her reward off that is insane. What are you saying about the corner?
Yeah, so I was saying, like, let's say you knock someone down for the first time, right? You still got a lot of life. They got a lot of life. Okay, well, theoretically, the best decision to make there is to either throw or delay throw.
Okay.
Because the opponent still has a lot of life. So you would think that he should think, I need to take the first throw here. I shouldn't tech, because if he techs and I decide to shimmy, then the round almost guarantees to be mine. Not fully, but it's almost guaranteed because he's down to about 40-45% at that point. Right? So in my head, I feel like I'm making the right first decision, but then I'm not making the proper second and third decisions when I wake up. Like, let's say he throws me. Now my brain starts spinning the wheel of perfect parry, backdash, DP, jump forward.
Yeah.
Or E.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So of course, the guess. There must be some sort of way to mitigate by choosing the lesser of 2 or 3 evils, the lesser of 4 evils. But if you get what I'm saying, like, I shouldn't be losing too much life.
But you are.
Decisions.
But the thing is, it's truly a fucking guess, because we could say that, I should take the throw every time because it's only 1200 damage as opposed to, losing the round from a shimmy.
Right.
That's theoretically, bro. But obviously, the problem with that is that the throw puts you in the same exact position. You gain nothing from taking the throw. You still take the same guess. There's no advantage that you gained from doing so. We can say taking the throw mid-screen is the best thing you can do. That's the smartest thing you can do, right? Mid-screen, 100%, because you force them to burn a bar, and a lot of characters don't really have good follow-up after their throw anyways. But in the corner, there's no right answer. In the corner, it really is just a fucking guess. Because you can say, yeah, just take the throw, take the throw, take the throw. You're gaining nothing. You're in the same position. Obviously, we can say, like, okay, I'll just take the throw 7 more times, like, until I die. I'll take the throw until I die. And then what, though? Right? Let's say they will go for a shimmy in that instance. You decided not to tech. You decided to take the throw, but what do you gain from that? You're still in the corner. Where's our gain there? Like, obviously, we can start looking into... like the guess afterwards, right? So you don't take a throw, or you try to take the throw, they shimmy instead, and now there's this pause, there's this break, there's a spacing. So what do you do with it? Do you challenge? Do you, like, you see that you react to their shimmy and you challenge with a button? Do you jump? Do you...
Right, it feels like, sorry to interrupt, but, let's say I decided to take the throw, but my opponent didn't throw me. And he decided to shimmy. So now we're in this range where he's really close to me. And as you said, do I jump? Do I press a button into drive rush? Right? Like, for example, low forward drive rush, crouch jab, back throw to put him back into the corner, put him in a 50-50. Or low forward drive rush, crouch jab, shimmy, right? I could do either one of those, etc., etc. But it always feels like when I want to challenge, I'm getting counter hit, and I'm not sure why. Like, I'm not sure why this keeps happening, where every time I want to challenge when I'm in the corner, it always seems like it's the wrong decision. And I don't know if that's just bad luck.
That's just you have a timing for when you challenge, and that timing is just not working in your favor against other timings. Like, for example, Noah's a perfect example for this, because Noah, he does it. Like, if he doesn't tech, he challenges with a button.
crouch
And
medium.
he challenges it like he challenges fairly early too. Like he's able to react to
does.
the shimmy really early and challenges with a button. And I get clipped with that I get clipped like counter hit all day with that. It's, you know, if you commit to the challenge, you do it early. If you do it too late, you're gonna get fucking clipped. You know, they're gonna commit to a button. They're gonna see that you didn't. They're also gonna react that you didn't tech, and a lot of players are gonna press a button at that point. And you're rolling dice as to who pressed a button first in that scenario. So I think it's important to understand that post shimmy situation and really understand your options from that. So if you know that they're pressing a button at that timing, if they're pressing it late, they get blown up by jump, right? They're committing to a button.
Noah has robotic anti-airs for some reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, in,
You know
in
what I
those
mean?
situations, like he does it more on defense. On offense, he doesn't go for like those delay buttons. He'll usually just like chill, wait, you know, walk back, and then wait for something, wait for attack, wait for a jump. Like when he walks back, he doesn't just go into shimmy range. He walks clear the fuck like back here. He'll commit to the walk all the way over here. So if you jump, he anti-airs with DP and you're still in the corner, which obviously loses to just wake up low forward, right? But wake up low forward, they'll lose to meaties, they'll lose to throws. Like it's overall, it's still a guess, but we have to assess what are the options I want to take here. So a delay button probably isn't the best option if somebody's doing this, right? A delay button isn't the option, isn't the answer. You'd like want
delay
to
button from the defensive.
From the defense, yeah. If you're committed to taking the throw, then you're probably also committed to just getting meatied, because wake up just raw low forward blows us up.
I don't think it blows it up really, unless like
it blows this up, like
prolong their shimmy a little bit longer than it needs to.
Just using Noah as an example.
Oh yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like an immediate wake up low forward, yes. Yeah, that'll blow it up.
But just in general, like if we're just applying this to whoever, let's say somebody that you've never played against before, like round 2 of pools and MILFLover69 hops into your match, and you have no fucking idea what to do. I think that timing is rough, man. That's something I've been trying to figure out too. Is like, okay, I didn't commit to a tech. I committed to taking a throw. I guessed correctly because they shimmied. What now? Like that timing and boom, like having a trigger for like, okay, fuck, no throw happened, jump, or no throw happened, button. I think it's easier to do it as kind of like a fuzzy. Like you're not even trying to react to the shimmy. You're just doing the timing. You just kind of
hold down back until the timing.
And then you just press a button or you jump. Yeah.
There was something you just said right now that caught my attention as well. By the way, I appreciate your time on this. I just wanted to talk to somebody that's, what's the word, mentally capable of having this conversation. When you're on offense, are you feeling lately like it's better to just let the motherfucker get up?
Absolutely. Perfect Parry is super powerful. Perfect Parry is way too powerful. I think it's better to just crowd and
just have that corner control.
Yep.
Like every time I try to go for a meaty, it's like, well, perfect parry back in the corner. And I'm like, why did I do that? Like, why did I go for a meaty there? And I know that I have to. The problem is it feels like you have to because you're giving up damage. Like there's no way. And here's the thing, like, you know how you just said, yes, you are feeling that way. Like you are feeling like I need to let this guy get up because if I get perfect parried, then I'm getting back thrown into the corner. Okay, well, I feel that way too. Why is it that when I'm on defense though, it feels like, oh my God, like what the fuck is this guy gonna do on offense? Like I'm not thinking about the same risks from the defensive perspective that I am when I'm on offense. When I'm on offense, I'm batshit worried about what he's gonna do on defense. When I'm on defense, I'm not thinking my opponent should be batshit scared about what I'm gonna do defensively. So why isn't he just letting me get up? Why am I holding all this shit? And not only that, but why am I getting hit every single time? Obviously, I'm over exaggerating by every single time, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's not flipped. It's not a vice versa. I only feel it when I'm on offense, but I can't be okay with the fact that my opponent's feeling that when he's on offense. Or is he?
It's a perspective thing, man. It really is. Like on defense, if you kind of accept that you're gonna guess wrong, and obviously you do, right? Like, you know, you have to like be committed to your decisions. But on defense, like understanding that if these are the guesses presented to you, these are the options, and if you guess correctly, you want to flip the script. You don't want things to go back to neutral. No, you want to punish your opponent. You want them to be fucked.
That's a
If
good
you
point.
guess right on the meaty, I want to just rob the round from this. You know, I want to put you in the corner from this, like parry. Like I want to snowball from this. If I guess right on the throw and I end up backdashing it, I
put
again
you in the corner.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I could put
Yeah.
you in the
I
corner.
like it's like these, you take these gambles, but knowing that fuck, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I could potentially win the round. And you know, in order to like really establish those gambles, that's when a lot of blocking, obviously, like you have to use all your defensive options. When you do take those gambles, you have to just same shit like as waking up DP, you're committed to the decision, you know, hit or block, fuck it. Same thing, you know, perfect parry, back that, like understanding these options and understand that like if you guess right, you could potentially win. Like they have to not let you do, like they have to just let you wake up. If they're not letting you just wake up, if they're not giving you space, like you should have that peace of mind knowing that I can just fucking win at any point. He's taking so many gambles, I could just win. So it's shit.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a really good point right there. Like if he is pressuring me on my wake up, then I have to think he's gambling and I could potentially steal the round because of his gamble.
He's gambling away the round. Yeah, he's taking huge risks. Pressing in this game is taking huge fucking risks. You are pressing risks, man. If you're meeting somebody, if you're like pressuring them on their wake up, that's a fucking gamble.
Yeah, just a double jab even gets you perfect parry.
Exactly. If you're committing to options on offense, if you're committing to buttons, if you're committing to stuff, you're taking a gamble. So if you're viewing it that way on the defensive end, like this guy is risk after risk. Like when I'm blocking shit, in my eyes, like this guy's taking risks. Holy shit. Like he's not respecting that I can just blow him up at any point.
Parry.
He's not respecting it. Yep.
And perfect parry in specific is
perfect parry just
that's
perfect parry fucking it's game changing,
nullifies
man.
buttons, yeah.
It's game changing. You have to approach the games way different because it's just, it adds that extra layer of variance, that extra layer of risk in shit that normally isn't risky. You know, in Street Fighter games, hitting buttons and like taking advantage of your knockdowns, like it's risky for the opponent, right?
Right. I should have the advantage if I hit you.
Yeah, if I hit you, like it's my fucking turn. I gotta dictate the pace. But with perfect parries introduced, it's risky to press. But at the same time, you know, I've thought about this a lot, and I realize like it's still, you're still at the advantage as the opponent, as the person oppressing. You know, taking advantage of these situations, because your opponent has to commit to something, right? They have to commit to parry. They have to commit to something. You don't. When you're on offense, if you realize like you don't have to do shit, they have to do something. That's when you can start pressing advantages more. Because like introducing meaties, like that is a risk, but same concept as anything. You introduce an option just to, you know, leave it in your opponent's brain, just to plant that seed. And like I think offense in this game is better played in shimmy range, where you can react to a parry with walk up throw. I think that's the best. And like in a range
you
where
must be saying that because of Noah, because Noah throws out a lot of perfect parries.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I mean he throws out a lot of parry in neutral, trying to perfect parry, and like he'll clip me a lot too. And I'm like, man, like if he doesn't even clip me, he'll tap it again and then tap it again. But the thing is, he's using his drive meter bar, so like if he just taps parry, you could press a fierce.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna eat up more of his drive meter. So it's like it is a risk for him to do that as well, because he's depleting his life with drive meter.
I mean,
like that's the most important thing in the game.
But it's not even the risk when you power up when you're burnt out, bro. That's not even a risk. You're just getting to your final form faster. I think what I mean, I'm not talking about in neutral. Like obviously, if you know, walking up to that range in neutral, you're gonna eat shit.
Oh no, I know what you mean.
I'm talking like on knockdown, like you got a knockdown, and like being at this range, this is the most powerful range, because at any point you can still threaten walk up throw. Like your opponent has to commit to something. You know, they can't. They would have had to commit to a parry, because you're not reacting with parry. You're fucking committing to it. They'd have to commit to a throw, because they're not, again, you're not reacting to that. You're committing to it. They have to react to a backdash. They have to commit to like a jump. They have to commit to a bunch of shit. And you don't have to do anything. You can just chill here and just wait. But obviously, that loses to people just waking up with a button, taking their turn back. But you don't really take your turn back in this game without spending meter. you know?
Without drive meter, yeah. So
Yeah.
even if you do wake up button, it's like you're not really
You're
getting
not
much from it
doing
unless
much. Yeah.
you cancel it into drive rush.
Yeah, and if you're ready for that, you know, boom, drive reversal, you're back in the corner. Now you're 3 bars down. Now what are you gonna, you know, you probably have like a bar, 2
Two
bars
bars or a
left of
bar,
drive
yeah.
gauge. Like, are you gonna like risk the parry and like burn your meter even more? Because I see that blue, and either I go for the throw or, you know, I commit to a button to deplete it more. Like, it's, I think that's really the way to apply pressure in this game, is just at that range and just looking out for those options. Because committing too hard into it, you die. You lose and you'll get random out because you're taking your turn.
So from your perspective, playing Marissa, since she doesn't have EXDP, so Marissa has one less option than most of the cast in the game. However, you also have the EX parry, which is something.
It's not. I mean, I'd rather perfect
So like,
parry,
tell
bro.
me your thought process on this then. Like, being from Marissa, where you have one less defensive option. Like, how are you feeling when you're getting knocked down? Like, how's the wheel spinning in your head? What are you looking out for specifically?
I mean, it sucks obviously because with DP, you at least force them to just not do anything. Because with Marissa, her EX counter loses to throw. So it loses to throw, and on hit, I'm +3 in your face. Like, it's not, you know, it's not that much reward if I guess right. If I guess wrong, I spent 2 bars on the EX, and I lose a 3rd bar because of the punish counter. So I'm down 3 bars from this, and I gain nothing from it. I'd rather perfect parry, man. Because if I guess wrong, I'll lose 1 bar instead of 3. And if I land my perfect parry, Christ, dude, she is insane. Her reward off that is insane. So in my eyes, like, I feel comfortable because of perfect parry, and I know my opponent has to go for throws. Now, the shitty part about Marissa, it's not just the fact that she has no DP, like no wake up reversal outside of super, is the fact that her backdash is also slow. So I can't backdash punish a throw in the corner. Yeah. Like, most characters can do that, right? So going for a meaty throw against Marissa isn't that risky. I can't really punish it hard. So that by default makes perfect parry weaker because I can't scare you away from doing throw. So I have to go for, I mean, I have to commit, bro. I have to commit. Even though I don't get a punish on the throw, even though I don't, you know, I can't reverse the things if you go for a throw, I still have to commit and like accept the consequences, like be okay with it. Because I know if I get out of that corner and I flip the script, I end the round. Like in this sequence, I end the round. So I have that going for me. Like my life gauge means nothing. Honestly, I could be down to 10%, like at least 3 bars of drive meter, or even fuck it, 2 bars, and I have level 3, I could end the round.
Right.
So just knowing that, it's comforting. It's comforting in that I don't really have to like freak out. Like I'm afforded to guess wrong multiple times in a row. Right. Because I just have to guess right once, you know?
So I think what I need to work on then is accepting that if my opponent is oppressing me on my wake up, then he is gambling, and I need to be okay with the gamble as well. So I feel like in my head I was content with, just take the throw, but I realized that doesn't really work that well, because, you know, like you said, you kind of get back right in that same position. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I gotta start teching some throws too now, and then if he meaties me, then I'm like, oh well, I guess I've got to wake up perfect parry. It's just really weird how the flow, like the meta has evolved, where the person that's on offense is scared.
Yeah, I mean, if you tech throws, like if you go for a delay tech, you block the meaty and you tech the throw, and you obviously eat shit if somebody shimmies you, but you force that option. You force a shimmy. Obviously, I think going for a throw tech is as risky as waking up DP. I think if you look at it as like I'm waking up DP, it'll like at least change that perspective. But you're doing it for a reason, right? Like it's still a good tool. Like you block meaties, you tech throws, you create space, you force your opponent to give you space on wake up, right? So that way you can take it. So I think it's still good. It's just.
And there was one more thing I wanted to say as well. 2 out of 3. You have to have a 2 out of 3 strategy.
Oh, absolutely.
Like my perspective was like, I'm playing my opponents as if it's a first to 5 or a first to 10. You can't do that. You need to have a 2 out of 3 strategy.
Yeah.
And with that, because like every defensive or offensive decision you make in that 2 out of 3 is much more amplified. It's really amplified. So that's, man, it's very frustrating, you know? Like
especially in
it's
this
a
game,
lot.
man. Especially in this game. I think Street Fighter is, in short sets, it's volatile, bro. It's volatile because of, I mean, look at this. Like, there's perfect parry, there's crazy corner carry, there's throw loops. There's like so many like variables that can just go into a snowball. You know, you could be outplaying your opponent the entire time, and then you go for a meaty, they turn blue, and you're put in the corner, and you could just guess wrong from there. You know, you can literally lose. Like, you're playing perfect, but you lost because of one instance. Obviously, several guesses later, but that's, anybody can guess wrong. You know.
Okay,
Anybody.
so then what is separating? Okay, yeah, you're right. So what is separating the greats from the not so?
I think consistency in this game.
From the math professor who could literally just see, oh, this is just a guess. I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna learn the basics, and I'm just gonna start guessing right. Like, what separates that besides having good whiff punishing and neutral and
neutral, bro, neutral.
Shit,
the guessing aspect of it, you can only get so good at it. I think in order to improve in guessing, you just have to be more committal. Like, be like stubborn, like Mena. You know, I think Mena is a perfect example because he's really hard to read on defense, but that's because he's fucking stubborn, right? Like, you can't like punish him hard enough for doing something and like eliminate an option. Whatever his defensive options are, they're always live because he's fucking stubborn. Yeah. You could block a DP and just win the round from that, and then he'll still keep doing it. Like, you cannot condition him. I think.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, on guesses, that's as far as we can go, man. Is just being unconditionable, like just being super committal to them, and fuck it. If I die, I die. But I think the game is played outside of those guesses, right? Just neutral. Like, just don't get put in that situation. That's always been Street Fighter. Like, how consistent is your neutral? How well can you implement your neutral? How solid are you? How good are your whiff punishes?
I think that's what it needs to be. Is if your neutral is much stronger than your opponent's, then you'll be able to.
Yeah, because you control the pace. You control the pace, and whenever you want to start offense, you can start it. You're controlling, you know, what happens on the screen. They can't get out of hand. They can't just turn green and start, you know, going full fucking YOLO. They can't just press stupid buttons at stupid ranges. Like, you're in control of that. They can't just jump for free. That, you know, they're just facing down a wall, and at any point you can just turn green and start offense. You know,
that's the thing though. Is like, you know, it's not played like traditional Street Fighter neutral because of drive rush and neutral. Like, especially characters like Luke and DJ, and
but it is though.
An insane drive. Like,
it
it's
is.
Like,
you have to start thinking drive rush as a neutral tool. You can't think about it as like a fuck neutral. It's a tool in neutral. Even the fuck neutral tools are tools in neutral. Like, as we start seeing them at from that point of view, from that perspective, like, it is just a neutral tool that I'm going to use at these. Like, it's got the time and place to use it, right? You can't just use it all the fucking time. You're gonna get punished. It's picking out the right spots, the right ranges, when to use them, and also being aware of when your opponent wants to do it. Again, the same thing as, like, you know, you're playing neutral and you have, I don't know, what's a good fucking example, man? Like, Fei Long can do Rekka, right? He can just fucking do Rekka, and you're just clipped. You understand the range where he can do it. You understand when he wants to do it, and you can play around that. You can bait it. You can punish it. Same thing with drive rush. It's just it's fucking powerful. It's this crazy strong neutral tool. But, you know, if we're playing around it and we understand when it's good for you and when it's good for your opponent, it makes it easier to deal with it. That's the thing. I used to think that drive rush was just a fuck neutral tool. And when I was playing, especially when I was playing Manon, I just thought, like, it's just a fuck neutral tool, and fuck this, it's just so dumb, so I fucking hate it. And the entire time I was just so concerned with stopping drive rush, with just so solely focused on this one mechanic, and I mean, half the time I couldn't even fucking check it anyways. You know, I'd just get clipped. Drive rush into jab, I'd just get clipped. And then we realized, like, you know what? Fuck it. It's not even worth it half the time, man. If they want to do it, just fucking do it. But I'm gonna force you to do unsafe drive rushes though. I'm not gonna check your drive rush jab. If anything, I might try to perfect parry it. I mean, you have DP, you could always DP it. If anything, I'll try to perfect parry it, but I'm gonna force you to commit to an unsafe drive rush. By that I mean like a fucking full-on drive rush throw.
Right.
Like force that commitment from somebody, you know, because like if they're drive rush button from here, all they're trying to do is check your check, you know? You're trying to check the drive rush, but you're too fucking slow because this is like instant and you get countered hit. They're trying to stop your check. Okay, I'm not gonna even attempt to do it, but I'm gonna condition you to do like a super unsafe one that is reactable, one that if you go for the full ass drive rush, you eat shit.
You will get clipped.
I think that's where like the drive rush meta has gone to, is it's not even worth trying to check drive rush at certain ranges, but there are other ranges where you can. Obviously, depending on the character, right? Like, you're not going to try to check DJ drive rush. Like, that's insane. Like, that's a matchup thing, man. That's you have to think about it as just the DJ matchup. He turns green, just don't flinch or I die. Like, kind of just let him do his thing. I mean, it sucks that that's the case, but I mean, we've dealt with bullshit before, man. I mean, fuck, there was Yan, like turning yellow full screen, being +1 in your face, and then having dive kicks. Like,
well, we're not talking about AE was the worst thing to ever happen in Street Fighter 4, but I mean, that just because of Yun. If it wasn't for Yun, AE would have been godlike. But anyway, no, you're right. Like, I want to make better defensive decisions on Wake Up, and I want to make more confident offensive decisions when I'm on offense. Like when I play Mena Gus, I feel like his offense is a fucking tank that is approaching me, that is airtight. I can't find the gaps. Everything is like super calculated and very aggressive. He's very, very aggressive when he gets in. So it feels like that's how I need to make my offense as well. But it's not like that right now. So, and it's the same way when I played against Angry at Street Fighter League. I'm like, I feel confident in neutral, and then he's in.
You
and
know
now
why?
I'm just
because your perfect parries just aren't there. Honestly, if your perfect parry, if you actually worked on your perfect parries and you like try to develop them and evolve your perfect parry to at the level that your other tools are at, like you'll feel way more confident in defense. Perfect parry is a game changer. It changes everything, bro. Everything. Like now, if your perfect parries are on point, everything your opponent does is a commitment. Like meta, like. Same thing. If you start introducing perfect parries, like holy shit, like he can't just button. Like he has to commit to the throw. He has to commit to this. Like that's it, bro. I think if you really focus on like zeroing in on perfect parries and like really get the timing down and like be more aware of when you can do it, when you should do it, it's broken. It's a fucking broken mechanic, man. You just gotta abuse it. It really does turn offense like upside down. It shuts down a bunch of that shit, man. Why do you think Meta has like a hard time against Kakeru? Kakeru's perfect parries are the best in this game. I don't think there's anybody in this game that has better perfect parries than that guy. Why do you think he has Meta has a really hard time opening Kakeru up?
I think it's because of JP. I honestly think it's because of JP.
Do you? I mean, I would put money on Meta versus any other JP, man. Like,
I would too, but yeah, I mean, you are right about Kakeru's perfect parries.
Like, obviously, JP has a lot to do with it, right? Because JP has access to perfect parry and amnesia. That's a broken combo. That's a broken fucking combo. You can't throw him or you die, and you can't meet him or you die. You know, like if you want to beat amnesia by going for like a safe meaty, you can't because of perfect parry, and you can't like he gets a wake up parry for free because you are not going to go for a throw against him or you literally risk around. Yeah, it's a broken combo for sure, but at the same time, it really does. Like his defense just fucking it gets that much better because of it.
Yeah, I think you're right that I need to work on my perfect parries a lot more and understand what can be perfect parried.
Do you use the macro for it? Do you use the pinky button?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, start using it. Cause I bet you're using medium punch, medium kick, and your parries are probably so inconsistent. Like you'll just get randomly counter hit when trying to go for parries. That's the game. That's the game, man. That's the inputs in the game. If you're trying to go for the actual parry with the two buttons, randomly it'll just give you like a medium punch or medium kick.
Do you think I have enough time before World Finals for Street Fighter League.
Bro, I
develop
started
the muscle
using
memory?
I started using my pinky for parry like fucking last week. Actually,
real?
actually no, like a few days ago, and it just feels like way more natural now.
Really?
Absolutely,
So like the
absolutely.
bottom right button, the L2 button
Bottom right, yep, bottom right.
on the fight stick.
Yeah, and I'll switch my pinky to the top right to the DI button if I'm near the corner, just because I want to prioritize that. You know, I want to prioritize like blowing up a DI. But I mean, you can like if you're parry on a DI, if you have like good parry timing to perfect parry the DI, then yeah, you don't even have to move your pinky. It's awkward. It feels awkward at first, man. It took me, especially since playing on leverless, my right thumb is on the jump button, so it's like
You're not playing stick anymore.
fuck no, dude. Fuck no. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're playing stick.
I just don't have time to fucking play that shit.
Yeah, it does take a lot of time. It took me like I was learning it since the game came out, basically, and it'll take several hundred hours for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that right now. But okay, yeah, I think I'll start with the pinky on the perfect parry and see how I feel with that. But
you have
yeah,
to.
I think
You have to, bro. If you're gonna play this game competitive, you have to. It's not we'll see. No, you fucking have to. If you're using medium punch, medium kick, you're gonna randomly just die. The game is gonna randomly kill you. Randomly get counter hit in strings on wake up when you go for a parry. You know they meted you and you get counter hit. You lost. That's gonna happen often. That's gonna happen in tournament. You're done. You lost. GG. Shake my hand. You fucking have to. You have to.
And you're getting more consistent perfect parries with that as well.
100%, man. 100%. Like it feels game changing almost. Like holy shit, I go for parry and I get parry. That's crazy.
Wow. Okay. All right. So then I gotta start doing that.
Yeah, it's
Man,
like it's
I'm
mandatory.
sorry this took
bro.
a little bit of your time for the stream, but I wanted to just have this conversation.
All good, man. I mean,
It's good. It's good to have these conversations.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there was some insight on some stuff.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%.
All right, homie.
All right, brother. Yeah, have a good stream. I appreciate your time, man. We'll talk more about this. I was gonna say I was trying to hit you up this whole time, because I need training for the World Finals, for Street Fighter League World Finals.
Yeah, no, we'll
because
run it.
I didn't know if it was gonna be Itazan's team, because he plays Marissa.
Yeah.
And Fudo on that team plays DJ, but they're not the ones that won. Tokido's team won. There's no Marissa or DJ on that one, but I could use your mind with like labbing some situations. I want to lab some situations with you.
Yeah.
So I would really appreciate that.
No, for sure we will, bro.
Okay. All right, for sure. Yeah, I'll text you and then we could set something up.
It's good on me.
All right, my brother. Have a good one, man. Later.
All right, guys. Little intermission is done. You should clip this and put it in YouTube. That's not a bad idea, huh? What's balanced around modern controls? Super versus DI, ZP. Oh, absolutely. You have to do these things.